These topics will be based on how to get the best medical care, a book written by Dr. Anirudh and Dr. Anjali Malpani. It's a very useful book which I think every patient or every person should read and have it with him or her. They have taken out one topic called preventing medication errors. This happened very recently. Last month there was a case when a person went to a physician, a pharmacy, a chemist shop to buy medicine for hypertension. He ended up getting a medicine with not very similar sounding name. Neither was the handwriting of the physician so bad that the physician could. It was just an error, and he got the medicine for cancer, which created a lot of allergy and a lot of disturbance in his body, which led to his death. So we thought we would, and there's a lot of conferences around the country going on how to prevent medication errors. So I thought we would pick up this topic for this, the first meeting itself. We'll quickly take you through what actually is a medication error. See, it could be a mistake by a doctor, a nurse, a chemist, a mistake given by a caretaker who is looking after the patient, or the patient himself. Sometimes you take wrong medicines by mistake or not knowing, ignorance, or for whatever reason. It is a process of prescribing, the actual act of prescribing, administrating, dispensing a medicine, or using the medicine, like for all patients, all of us. The most common causes could be, as it has been found out, similar drug names. There are a lot of drugs, a lot of medicines which have similar names. Like I've given an example of Benylin and Benadryl. Similar names. You have to be very careful when you buy your medicine, that the medicine that you have purchased or you're about to purchase is the right one for you. It's a similar packaging and labeling. A lot of companies like to compete with each other. They create a similar packing or packaging and labeling, colors or the print, the font of the name of the medicine. It happens mostly in tonics and all. You would have noticed that some small companies like to ape the big companies, the well-known pharma companies, and they like to bring it into the bucket. So to be very careful when you're buying a medicine, we sometimes blindly just pick it up and we walk off. We may not know. It is proved to be a common cause of medication error. Illegible prescriptions, a lot has been said and a lot is being done for that. Some doctors even prescribe bringing a tape recorder. So that is again a moot point over here. So illegible prescriptions. Now how do we go around all these problems as patients? What you can do to help prevent medication errors? Learn to ask questions. Time and again in this session itself, Dr. Nadkarni also mentioned, and Kunjal Shah has also stressed on asking a lot of questions. So ask your doctor. It is your right and your responsibility. It's not just your right. It's your responsibility as a good patient to ask relevant questions. There are a few of them and very relevant questions which you can ask. Why are you taking these medicines? The moment you know why you are taking these medicines, it could be for your symptom, it could be for your treatment of the actual problem. So find out why this particular, there could be a list of medicines. Find out why you are taking each of these. It could be just plain vitamins. So just find out why each medicine that is prescribed to you is being prescribed to you. And how do you take them? A lot of different medicines have different ways of at timings. It could be that after meals, before meals. Wait 1 hour after the tablet before you have your meals. It depends on how the medicine is going to work inside our bodies once we take them. And what to expect. This is another question you have to ask your doctor. What to expect. There are some antibiotics which create some cramping in the stomach. The doctor has to tell you that. You have to ask your doctor what it is. Doctor, am I right? It does happen when you take some very strong antibiotics. A lot of people get scared. They don't like to take these antibiotics. But then you have to talk to your doctor about it. Or maybe if you... Sorry? Yes, so you can ask. Now you're aware of it? Yeah. So this is what your doctor will answer you. So this is a question you have to ask your doctor, what to expect when you take this medicine. Some points to remember could be, make sure you understand the answer. Now, having asked the questions, you make sure you've understood what the doctor has told you. Ensure that you can read your doctor's prescription. A simple way is to just read it out back to the doctor. Yeah, or write it in your own handwriting somewhere in your diary to understand that the term which has been put there is the same as what you have understood, so that you can then go on and explain to your chemist or your pharmacy, look, this is what it is. This is as a responsibility of you being a patient. Ask your doctor or nurse and chemist, any one of will tell you how the medicines are supposed to work. Slow acting medicine, immediate relief medicines. Somebody said put it under your tongue in half an hour, it will work. So these are, you have to ask. You have to ask these questions. There are some aspirins which you get which are delayed action. What side effects could occur and how long they should last. Now some tablets, some medicines come with side effects. It is known that you will have some kind of, what are these side effects, and suppose how long they are supposed to last. But suppose you are having these, I'm supposed to get a headache, but then is it lasting for a day, 2 days, then there's something wrong. So you have to find out whether these are, what it is, how long your side effects should last. What to do if the medicine doesn't seem to be working. So another thing, a common practice is stop the medicines. I had an uncle who was given a dose of antibiotics. Kuch nahi hota hai, he's saying. I'm not getting well, so I stopped. It can get dangerous. So you have to not assume that it doesn't seem to be working. You have to find out. It may not be right if you stop a dose.
If you need an insight into the working of the whole system, doctors in the country, take this example. I'll give 2 examples. You go to a pharmacy, you buy a strip of antibiotics. It is fake. You're only having chalk powder inside. You don't know. It's all put into a sealed package. You take out this powder and you drink water. Do you know that it is fake? And how much fraud is going on in the name of pharmaceutical manufacture in the country? Big pharmaceutical companies are using a lot of their money to unearth the fraud.
See, that could be a different section. It is not as a responsibility of a patient.
It's very important.
What is written on
the strip.
So the manufacturer is answerable.
Is answerable. Whoever be the
The
manufacturer.
only thing you can do is
Some Bhayaparo somewhere in Patna or somewhere, he makes a similar strip.
exactly, but don't take them.
But how is the patient supposed to know? Say, I am the simple man.
You can
How do
have-
I know? I don't know.
No, there is a
The uncle doesn't know at all.
there is what is called as GMPs, good manufacturing practices. Now, I don't know where you will get, but you can get one who follows GMPs. You can get a list of standard companies and buy only from them. That's your safest. That don't buy from, well, like you said, somebody from Patna and somebody from Hawaii.
No, you don't
No,
buy
unknown
from
name.
them. The pharmacy which is selling in the all over Bombay, there are many, particularly in Calcutta, who are selling fake medicines. I tell you another instance, will be useful for your uncle to know. Sometimes you go to a public hospital for cold and cough, like I did some years ago. The doctor prescribed some antibiotics, cold and cough, which I get quite often. At least once in 2 years I get that even severe I have to take. So I went, we didn't have that compound or whatever. He came back, he changed it. So I went back again. The compound said, go to one special room, there they give all these antibiotics, others don't give. All those details I will not go into why all those things were done by the government. And he gave some medicine, which was that pills, which you are said to be that particular antibiotic. I can't recall that name now. It's a common name. I looked at it, I realized it was fake. This is just aspirin or some acetamol or something made to have the same shape. These are in collaboration. Your uncle was smart. These fellows in the public hospitals are in collaboration with the
I think we'll come back to the point.
That's the most important point in this. I'll say
I
what
cannot
I'm
ensure that what I am being given is, I cannot sit,
everything that you have put in this paper.
or I will just go to a laboratory and get it tested before I pop it up. You can't do
Just have
that.
to live in the world
Yes.
because the character has declined.
So I think we should just try and reduce.
Doctor will tell you much more than I can tell. Very intelligent.
We can reduce these errors, I think, to a large extent.
The basic factor is what she also mentioned is that you must go through a system in which you have got some faith. If you are so skeptic, it is impossible to answer. So if you think that institution and that is, they are giving some instruction. Now taking the same example, if you go to municipal hospital or if you go to, I think in government, the principal and I'm 100% sure, you will never get those pills. You will get such with label. Because the municipal hospital don't give
Loose.
They don't. Because we had made those rules. So it is only standard companies which are accepted, which are only this, and what you will get will be a labeled one.
I think, sir, you should make a list of the standard companies and
So if that is
that will solve your problem to a large extent. Yeah.
there's a cycle of
God made me so
answerability.
healthy that I don't have to go to them.
The answerability cycle has been created.
Yes, I know.
Now those who totally violate it, I think the best is not to go there.
Yeah.
Don't go to a
I'll come to that point, yeah.
I agree with you.
The patient who came to me and if he said, doctor, I don't believe you, then I say, go to somebody. Go to a person in whom you have faith. Don't come to me and doubt me.
I think we'll come back to our own responsibilities as patients. We have to make sure that we understand the answers clearly. We have asked a lot of questions now to the doctors and our chemists and our nurses. We should understand. We have to be careful what we have understood is correct. Ensure that you can read your doctor's prescription that we have covered earlier. Ask your doctor, nurse and chemist how the medicine, I think we have covered these. What side effects should occur, how long, what to do if the medicine doesn't seem. We have covered these, I think. Okay. Steps to reduce the risk of a medication error. Like you said, there are errors and all. Now, we can take certain steps which will help us to reduce these errors. If you're not 100% error free, we should ensure that we are at least 90% or 80% error free. Patronize the same chemist. He knows you. He knows the tablets that you take, more or less. Yeah, I think everybody should agree to that. You and your doctor should keep a record of all the medicines you are taking. So when you're having a consultation with your doctor, see that he's writing it down in your files. There are times when the doctor is engrossed and is actually concerned and treating you. He will tell you certain things which you may have made a note of, but it's not there in your files. Make sure that all that is put down in the files. You may have made an error in your own notes, which the doctor it may just get corrected with the doctor's notes. So just ensure that these notes are made. To avoid dangerous drug combinations also, because when you're writing it down, you know that these are the combination of drugs that have been prescribed to you. The doctor needs to know about your past reaction to certain drugs. Some of us are allergic. Some drugs have not in the past agreed with us. So we need to tell the doctor that before any prescription is given to us. Or if you read it on the prescription, then make a point of saying it that, look, I am allergic to this particular medicine, or then we can be prescribed something else. Always keep medications in their original containers. I give you an example of my uncle, and I'll give you an example of my aunt. She was very ill. She was diagnosed with 2-3 different minor health problems. She got a whole list of medicines to take. sometimes morning, afternoon, evening, night, all different, colorful, various shapes, sizes of strips. She comes back, and what we find suddenly, we see her cutting the strips, opening the tablet, and putting the tablet in a different container. Of course, that way she was right, but she had opened she did not know which tablet was what. So this is please to be avoided. Always keep it in the original containers. Take out the tablet only when the tablet that you need at that moment. It will have the name of the tablet written on the strip. And one more from my own experience, I would say, start using the side where the expiry date is not put. Use that last. Use that tablet last. So you always have the expiry date written on the tablet, on the strip. Steps to reduce the risk of a medication error. Never use another person's medication and never experiment. अरे मेरे भाई ने लिया उसका गला ठीक हो गया तो हम भी लेगा. Not, you have to take your own correct medicines. Throw away all medications once they have reached the expiry date. Once in a while you can check out your medicine cabinet and throw away whatever is not required. Whatever is not required and whatever has expired. I may need it later. By that time the expiry date will happen, so there's no point in keeping it really. At times there could be some drug overdose, more serious medication error. So we have to learn to know our symptoms. The symptoms could be dizziness, shortness of breath, slowdown in breathing, ringing sound in the ears, extreme sleepiness, nausea, clammy skin, difficulty in hearing, sweating, and even loss of consciousness. Recognize your symptoms, get help, contact your doctor or hospital emergency room immediately. If you can't do that, you ask help from a relative or a friend. Our neighbors are very friendly. We can ask our neighbors for help. But take this step of getting help. You are the one taking the medicines. We are patients, we are taking the medicine. Therefore, we need to make sure that we are informed about them. This is our responsibility, and so that we can take them safely. We need to ensure that we take the medicines which are safe. This thanks to Dr. Anirudh Malpani. He has compiled all these topics, these steps for us, and in future we'll be taking up different topics from his book. It will help in creating awareness about what he wants to give out. Thanks to everybody. The next patient coming.